Hi, so this is how I made the sticker. The app I'm using is Photoshop. So once I open the app, I create a new file. It's like a square because most of the stickers have to be in a square dimension most of the time. I usually make the size of this canvas bigger than the necessary size so that when the image scales down, usually it's more clear. It has like a more HD look rather than drawing it in the actual size that has to be uploaded. Um, so for what I did is that I will import the image of your drawing in. This is your image, and I scale it up to fit the square as much as possible. And once I'm happy, I just lowered the opacity. I also like to flip the screen just to make sure it's balanced. Okay, then I'm just gonna lock this layer so that it won't get disturbed. After that, um, I will create a new layer on top of this and I will just trace it. So this was the layer that I traced. And it's supposed to be this because okay, yeah, so it basically looks like this. I used a texture brush just to match your drawing a little bit. It could be the simple hard uh, brush without texture if you like a more digitized look. Hang on, yeah. Okay, to start tracing, there are lots of tools over here, and I'm using a tool called the brush tool. So I have my drawing tablet beneath the laptop, and what I'm going to do is that I will use the brush tool and just go over the lines like that. Um, yeah, so this is a very manual way of doing it, and honestly, when it comes to curves, it's quite hard. So what I would do is also use this thing called a pen tool. It's not different. It's not really a pen, but it helps to create these lines. It's like a blue line, and there are these handles that help me to create perfect curves. And once I'm happy, I just press a few buttons that help me to add in the lines, the textured lines. Then I'll just delete those blue lines because I don't need it. Yeah, so this is how you get a really perfect line. Um, Professionally, I guess some people would just use the pen tool all the way so that it's really perfect. But I just wanted to try to fit some of the wobbles in your drawing. But using the pen tool is preferable because it takes less time. For example, when I used the brush tool, it took me about 30 minutes to trace most of it. Now that the line outline has been done, I will be adding a very bright neon color behind because I'm about to fill in the colors and I want to make sure that there are no holes. Oops, looks like there's a hole here in you. So I'm just gonna fill this in. There we go. The colors are on a separate layer just to make things easier to edit. And right now, all of it is like on a separate layer. So I'm just going to merge it together and it'll be easier. So now this one is all merged. And I added a stroke effect around the drawing so that it has a very nice border. Oh, sorry, this one. Yeah. Then after that, when I'm done, I'll just remove this background so that it has a transparent, the empty spaces is transparent and it won't show up. So that's why you will only get the image instead of like a square when you upload it into a sticker. Now, the way I did this is in a format called JPEG, PNG. Uh, sorry, that's the way I exported it. I mean, this is drawn in a rest. This is rasterized, meaning the colors are all pixelized. And if you were to enlarge the image, it's gonna be blur, it won't stay crisp. Um, when it comes to printing stickers and stuff, usually people use another method called vector. But I'm not really good at vectors. You could create the line in another program that has a vector function. So vector means the computer will mathematically calculate everything. So no matter how big you enlarge your drawing, it's going to remain really sharp. I think that would be preferable if you want to mass produce this at any size. But since it's just a sticker, then yeah, this is quite okay. But usually vector it has more flexibility as well in terms of editing because vector lines are very easy to tweak. Remember the pen tool that I use? Usually those blue lines are like attached to the black color lines so that if you want to just bend the curve, the line can be adjusted immediately. And instead of like rasterized where it's made out of millions of pixels and it's not really like clear cut. Okay, that's it.